think of the Johnnies before I get into some stuff? How much fun did you have watching that game?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a fun game to watch because you and I talked about it off the air. And I was like, this is not, I'm not like anti-Johnnies here, but this is a spot where you just feel like maybe they lose a game here, which would be okay.
Sure.
But you're going up there to UConn.
Yeah, UConn's got healthy, a couple players back.
Yeah, and they're obviously they've gotten
back-to-back championships.
They've had the recent success here. They're the champion. Yeah. So it would have been, and man, especially the way the game played out, being down 14 early in the game, fighting back, down even again in the second half of that game. So the way that they won that game, that was as big a win, as good a win as you could possibly have. And a lot of people didn't even expect them to win that game. That was incredible from the Johnnies on Friday night.
Yeah, it really was. Some of the late money came in. It started a pretty small spread, and then I remember I was texting you and it started going towards UConn as it got closer to the tip. I mean, when they were down 26-12, I'm sitting there saying, all right, again, it's not the worst thing. I mean, you're going to lose a game, I would imagine, before you actually get to Selection Sunday, I would think. But then again, with this team, I don't know for sure that they're going to. I'm not going to put anything past them because their defense is that next level all-time good. But what was disconcerting about the way they were playing Friday is that, number one, they weren't rebounding, which is what they always do. And I'm talking about St. John's, came out and they were jacking up threes, which is not their game.
They can't shoot. It drives me nuts.
No, they can't shoot. No, they can't shoot. This is the brilliance of Rick Patino. And the press conference was very interesting to me. So Danny Hurley is an amazing coach. He truly is. He is great, right? And they have a lot of sets offensively. Rick actually said in the press conference they have about 65 plays. I thought it was more like 50-something. 65 plays they had to prepare for. What was really impressive about this is that UConn had 6 days to prepare for St. John's. St. John's had 1.5 because they had played prior. They played Marquette before that. And UConn was off since the Marquette game the previous weekend. So Danny Hurley had 6 days, almost a week to get ready for this. And they came out and they were, Solo Ball, he's going to be really good. I'm like, wow, this kid's going to drop 40. Bang, three, bang, three, bang, three. Offensive rebound. I'm like, who is this St. John's team? And then Patino did something that only a great coach could do. Like, they didn't even prepare for this. Timeout. All right, this is not working. We're going full court press. Now, St. John's obviously likes to press, and a lot of time it's not necessarily to steal the ball. That's great if you do. What it is to get them out of sync so that it takes them, 7 seconds to get the ball up, and as it's scattered, and, it's a 30-second shot clock in college, as you know. If you do it enough and you do it effectively and you've got the defensive players to do it, now a team, even a terrific team like UConn, who's red hot, now suddenly there's like 8, 7, 6 seconds. Now the ball's spinning around the perimeter, and those good looks they had early, they didn't have. I say all that because to change that way in that environment when St. John's was maybe another 2 minutes away from getting their face kicked in and destroyed, and then not only win the game, is absolutely remarkable. Their defense is incredible, and I'm going to say what I always say. Rick Pitino is the best coach in the history of college basketball.
Okay, and now the rankings have come out today.
Yes.
And I know you were saying that you thought maybe 8 before it was revealed. I saw, 9?
They are 9 in the AP. They are 8 in the coaches. And listen, a lot of this is because the teams in front of them. Now, some of the teams lost during the week when they were beating Marquette. But, a lot of my buddies who were saying, they're like, we're going to be number 5. I'm like, no, they're not going to be 5 because there's teams in front of them, Auburn, Duke. I mean, they got to lose.
Right. Okay. So now my question is, I don't know if you have this info or not. When was the last time they were ranked top 10?
I don't have it. It had to be 99. I mean, it had to be our test. Because
that team was a top 10 team? I'm trying to think.
I don't even know if they got up to top 10. I would say that I'm not sure that they did. As a matter of fact, I don't know that they got up to top 10. I don't know.
I mean, the fact that St. John's...
Maybe they didn't get up to top 10.
I told you, I think this is the best way for a younger... it doesn't see here. I mean, I saw all the Slam stuff that you were talking about, where they're on the cover of Slam magazine.
Yeah.
It doesn't say when the last time they were ranked in the top 10 is. But for me, to have a St. John's team that is a legitimate threat in the Big East, and obviously much more than that right now... to win the Big East tournament, meaning that was always my okay, well, let me know, wake me up when they have a chance to win the Big East tournament. Clearly, they have not only a chance, they might be the favorites.
Yeah, they are right now.
Okay, they're going to be the favorites to win the Big East tournament. Now you start talking about top 10 in the nation.
In the country. It's astounding what he has done.
I mean, I don't think, and again, not that it's going to happen, but a Final Four is not out of the realm of possibilities for St. John's, which is the next, for me, okay, can they win the Big East? Sure. Are they a tournament team? Yes. Okay, well, now what level of tournament team? When you start getting in the top 10.
I know.
Then forget even the Final Four, I mean, I'm not saying that they're going to, but a championship should not be out of the realm of possibilities at this point.
It's not. No, it's not. To sit here and, start saying, they have to get to the Final Four or they're favorites to get there. Yeah. I'll get back to that in a second. Hoff did say it was 99, 2000. They were number 9. So it was that 99, 2000. I wasn't sure. I thought maybe it was. So St. John's, there's two schools of thought here. I am officially now past the point, and I do this as much as anybody in the media. I do this because I'm very involved with St. John's, and I love it, right? It's like family. But I am no longer always going to reference the history or, the century's been so empty. It is now past that point.
Okay.
It is now, you got Patino, you've got 7 of the top 10 defensive rated players, they back this up and statistically, in the Big East. You've got a defense, Sal. There's a video from the other night against UConn and Marquette as well, where their guys, it looked like the Pong video game, how they just seamlessly rotated. It was the most next level stuff. There were 13 machinations of that defensive set where if every one of those players weren't dialed in, watching film, coached the way they are, built strong, fast, athletic enough to do what they're being asked to do, they can't do it. So I think what you do now is stop the woe is me, which I think most St. John's fans have obviously done, and stop worrying about, they haven't won for 20-something years. Just enjoy, to your point, you got the number 9 team in the country. It's a 2-team race to win the Big East regular season title. It's them and Creighton. It's not Villanova. It's nobody else. It's not UConn. It's St. John's and Creighton.
And they're playing Creighton this weekend?
They're playing Creighton Sunday, 3 p.m. at the Garden. It's going to be a monster game. Now they're playing Villanova Wednesday. I don't want to say it's a trap game, but Villanova is dangerous.
So Villanova first, and then
I don't
Creighton.
think they're very well coached. I don't think with Neptune, certainly big downgrade from Jay Wright, but Dixon's a hell of a player. I don't want to get too in the weeds. Yeah. They could lose that game if they're not ready. But you know what? And we'll break here. What I noticed, so they played Marquette. Was Marquette Wednesday? I think it was Wednesday. So I go to Thursday to shoot the Red Storm report. And I do my stand-ups, and then once they're done with practice, I sit down with Rick. Now, I didn't think they were going to be going that hard because they had just played the night before. I'm watching them practice. They are practicing like they don't have a game for 6 days, as hard defensively as you can possibly imagine. They are a pleasure to watch, and you just wish Patino would have been here 5 years ago, but he's not. But they are real. Yeah, they are a real top 10 team.
And I tweeted this out or whatever, posted on X after that game happened. March is going to be fun around here.
Yeah, it is. It's about time.
They are making it interesting. Who knows what's going to happen with the results? But I know this. I'll be paying attention, if not locked in, to these upcoming games. Certainly the Big East tournament. And this is me, who's a fringe college. Like, you love it. It's your passion. You do the games. You love St. John's. I'm a fringe college basketball fan who's getting into this, knowing the importance of St. John's and now following them and rooting for them. This is going to be fun here. A fun that I've never really had, me personally, in you're talking about 20, 25 years at the very least, but I've never really had this type of rooting interest and belief in this particular team that they can be a legit team in the Big East tournament or in the NCAA tournament with the possibilities being endless for them. And I love it because I do love the great coach in Rick Patino.
The administration gets it. They hired a basketball president, Father Shanley. I've told you about that. Their AD is tremendous. He raises money. He is all in. Eddie Cole, brilliant. And Patino's the best of all time. I mean, I really do believe that. It's not even about, I don't say that to debate anybody. I've already told people why. I truly believe that there's never been a better college coach than Rick.
BT and Sal on the Fan.